Hello. Hope you're having a good day. Full moon in Taurus. A lot going on with the body, I'm noticing today. And I wanted to share a little bit of an energy healing now. I just finished, hey, Catherine. I just finished my sessions for the day, and I noticed a really interesting theme, and I wanted to bring it here and do an energetic piece around it. So, and I've noticed it in my own life too. So obviously, like, we're about to go into this transit, moving out of Pluto and Capricorn into Pluto and Aquarius. There's been a lot of discussion about it, and it just feels so profound and so powerful. There's been so many interesting conversations and so much like excavation going on to prepare for this transit. And I think it's very interesting that so many of us have gotten way more tuned into astrology in the last few years, and it feels like part of that is in preparation for this. And something I really noticed today in my sessions, I happen to just work with some of my most like masculine, disciplined, linear sort of people, and some of my most like flowing, feminine type of energetic people. And I noticed a theme running for everyone right now, which is really about how we want to be with discipline, what discipline has meant for us, especially in this cycle we're leaving, because we're really leaving the time of the authoritarian. We're also really leaving the time where we pedestalize other people, and we make ourselves less than other people, and we're coming into this like collective community for the people time, where we make decisions based on everybody thriving. But something I'm really noticing today in the sessions is just like where people are still expecting punishment, where they still feel like we haven't done it right, we haven't done enough, there's still more to do and more to heal. And people who, do a lot of healing and personal growth work, like that's something we really have to pay attention to, is where the processing just never stops. And then we look around and realize there's people who've like never even done any of the work, and things, we don't know everybody's individual journey, but basically it's like sometimes we have to stop and look at the pressure we're putting on ourselves. But something I've noticed in all the sessions today is really having to look at where we are regretting, we're worried, we feel like we didn't do it right, we're waiting to still allow ourselves to receive, or we're cowering to the thing that we think of as the disciplinarian or the authority in our life, whether it's like a teacher or a doctor or something going on from our past. And when we really trace it back, it's like, oh, my first authority figure in my father or whoever it is. Like, there's just a lot right now that we're dismantling around what our experience of discipline and provision has been, and what we feel like we need to receive to be able to have what we need or what we want. And the other piece around that just being like, it's okay. How we did it was right for us. And I've been really excavating that myself too, like looking at different choices that I thought were about protecting and providing and creating security for myself, and seeing some like massive blind spots in some of the decisions I made over this last 16-year cycle. And then tracing it back to like things I inherited from the masculine energies in my family. And even the idea of how power, authority, wealth, we can think of it as oppressive. Like that, like what is our relationship to authority, to power, and to wealth? Like, what is our relationship to discipline? What has that felt like in our life? What has that been in our family? So I just have really seen those threads today for my own life. I've been like working it, and then I've really been seeing it, for my clients. And I think a lot of us are just letting go of the old narrative of what that has looked like. And we're going to come into this new period of time in Pluto and Aquarius. And so I just wanted to work with the energy of like anything that needs to be dismantled, forgiven, released, so that we can actually let ourselves feel good, let ourselves feel like the pleasure and the resources and the reality of that the prosperity of life is like a river that we can dip back into, and we've not used up all the tokens. Whatever it is that means for you, right? Like, we've never used up all the tokens. We've never run out of chances. Like, we're here and we can start from here. But letting go of that punishment programming and the idea of someone knowing our body, our path, and our truth more than we do. We can let go of that now. So we're just going to begin to breathe in here and breathe in some space and some possibility. Exhaling out. And just putting a hand on the heart and a hand on the belly. And just meditating with the idea that, like, this is the right body for me. And this has been the right journey for this body. And everything I'm working with physically is the right expression for the right body, for the right journey. And just breathing into that and just really letting it feel pleasurable to be in your body right now. So even without doing anything, even without readjusting yourself, just taking some breaths here and letting it feel pleasurable to be in this body, relaxing into the idea that this is the right body. And as you continue to drop into your body, in your mind's eye, just seeing a path in front of you. And letting it light up. And letting yourself feel the way this path is just like charged with the right energy, the right opportunities, the right experiences, the right resources, the right relationships, all these little moments of rightness for you and for this body and this journey. And just take a few breaths here and let yourself breathe in this lit up path, breathing it in. Exhaling out, letting the frequency of this bright, right path come into the heart, into the belly. And just relaxing into, I'm in the right body and I'm on the right path. And then just letting the crown open. Letting the mind relax and just beginning to breathe here, knowing the right ideas, the right epiphanies, the right realizations are coming to you. And you can just relax into knowing that and feeling the way your throat is relaxing and the right words, the right way of speaking, expressing, sharing is with you too. Feeling that open at the throat and then moving it into the heart. And you've got the right heart for this path, for this body. The right way to give and receive love. The way you're meant to be cracked open by grief and heartbreak, which is just a part of giving and receiving and experiencing life and love. Just trusting that, relaxing into knowing there's nothing you have to change about where you've been. In this moment, we're just with the culmination of all of it, and it can all be right. And letting yourself move that energy into the base of the spine. And it's safe. It's safe. It's safe to trust how you've done it. And just clearing and releasing from all timelines, personalities, and dimensions, anywhere in which you need to resist good things because you're not sure if you've done it the right way. Clearing and releasing that, letting that move out of the base of the spine, out of the hips and the pelvis, out of the shoulders. Shouldering these worries of if we've done it the way we needed to do it, the way we were told to do it, the way other people have done it, just clearing and releasing and letting that go. And just in your mind's eye, as we're really relaxed and open here, just letting like whatever little version of you you're seeing. I'm seeing like a young version, but maybe you're seeing a teenage version, but it's the version of you that was like first really getting the story of the right way to do things. Of the part of you that was just learning how you're supposed to like replicate what other people are doing and follow how it's being done around you and look at yourself and make sure it's matching up, like that moment of you, and you'll see whatever age you're meant to see. And when you're in touch with that age and you see that part of you, just wrap your arms around that age and just embrace that you. Heart to heart, just give that you like the biggest hug. And breathe in that image. Feel it, breathe it, connect with it. Breathe that in, embracing that you. Just transmitting the truth that you were born with the right way for your path. That you can trust yourself, that you deserve what you're drawn to, that you are allowed to have what you're dreaming of. That there is no learning that requires you to be punished for the rest of your life. There is no resource that requires you to make someone else bigger or better than you for you to receive it. There is no resource that requires you to change history to be able to receive it. And you're just holding that you and you're transmitting that truth. And we're just kind of calling in now some of our allies, spiritual allies, family and friend and colleague allies. The people that can reflect to us this truth. Of our worthiness, of our love, of our brilliance. Of the rightness of our choices. And just breathing that in, feeling your connection to others who are really here to support and uplift you as you support and uplift them in a beautiful reciprocation. Breathing that in. Exhaling out and just let that wrap around you. Let yourself feel held by community that you already know and community you might still be calling in. And the community that is formless, that is the energy that's mentoring us and loving us. and supporting us. Let yourself breathe that in and feel the way you are held by that. And now feel your history. We're connected to the path of the present and where we're moving to, but now feel the way we're just at the next part of the same path. We didn't have to leave this path. We're not like rerouting off this path. Like, it's all the same. We just go to different locations. And I want you to feel the energy that's behind you. Hey, feel the energy that's behind you. And just breathe in, like, I can trust my history. I can find rightness and love and trust and faith and forgiveness with all that has come before this moment. I can know that has been the right path for me. Even if it's not how you would walk right now, it was the right path then. Everything leading up to this moment. So just now breathe in and just feel the beautiful electrical just garden that's behind you. All of the incredible experiences, the resources, the creations, the relationships, the emotions, the energies, the feelings, the places. And feel the way it has your back. Your past is not taking from you. Your past is like amplifying you and supporting you and guiding you. You've done nothing wrong. I want you to just feel that we're like bringing the energy of your past right into the back of your heart, and we're letting it fortify you, nurture you, nourish you. Just stay here for a few more breaths. And just with each breath, decide I'm setting myself free from any regrets, from any story of punishment, from any relationship to authority that is not a loving, protective, providing presence. I now clear and release from all timelines, personalities, and dimensions any relationship to authority or leadership or provision that is not a loving, protecting, wise energy. I let go of any old relationship I have with being guided, with being supported, with learning that requires punishment or making myself wrong. That is not part of where I'm going. And so we're just clearing and releasing with each exhale, untethering from that. And now we're just calling upon the Akashic vibrational record of this Taurus full moon, anything else we're meant to receive and understand while we're here together, working together with love and integrity. Greatest possible outcome, the highest possible good. Yeah. You can really let the past be the past. You can really let the past be the past. You are really allowed to walk forward now. Part of what we're untethering from is a constant cycle of like repair and revisiting and recovering. Like, we can really let the past be the past. It can it's not going to be relevant in the next transit. A lot of how we learned, a lot of the rules, like it's just not relevant where we're going. And so we wouldn't have been guided in the same way. And so just breathing that in as we're in this full moon, as the sun is setting here, my room's getting darker and darker. You're going to let the past be the past. Breathe that in. Thank you. Thank you to my history. Thank you for the ways in which it's created me, fortified me, strengthened me. Exhaling out, clearing and releasing any story, thread, pattern that requires punishment in order to receive. Clearing and releasing any thread, pattern, or story that requires hardship in order to prove you deserve to receive. Feeling space now, feeling an opening, and now exhaling out and just feeling your feet on the ground and really making connection with the path that is in front of you now. Allowing it to be lighter, more open. If the past has felt heavy, darker, more challenging, letting that be right. And yet, that's not where we're headed. That's where we've been. And before we close, just really connecting with the heart and belly and just breathing in the frequency. I trust the choices I made to get to the moment I'm in right now. Because this is a good moment. And this is the right body and the right path and the right timeline. I trust the choices I made to get to the moment I'm in right now. Because this is the right moment, the right timeline, the right body, the right way. Just relaxing into that. There's nothing I can't forgive. There's nothing I can't accept. There's nothing I can't receive. Really bringing that in. There's nothing I can't receive. Letting that start at the throat, moving down to the pelvis. Before we complete, just feeling your connection, all the amazing relationships that are going to be part of the next process. An Aquarian age, very community oriented. So just feeling like the spark of all these amazing relationships. How the next part of your life will be fueled by relationships. And not by an authority figure. The authority is the collective energy of relationship. So just relaxing into feeling how much support you actually have. How much connection there actually is. How much rightness is actually there when you really connect with your higher self that is guiding this lifetime, that already has received everything you're not sure you can have, that is the loving parent to the human personality. Just feeling that higher self and just letting yourself receive. Before we close, just really grounding the frequency of right. This is right. How it's gone is right. Where I am is right. Life opening and getting better and more expanded is right. Punishment is over. I can clear and release that. It's done. I've got me. And so before we close the record, just letting yourself connect with something you have gratitude for. Something you're receiving that you have gratitude for. Let yourself receive the energy of it. Knowing whatever you've needed. Actually, before we complete, there's just one little other piece. Just connecting with the energy of Father. Your relationship with the energy of Father. And if it's not already feeling loving, make the decision that we are alchemizing the relationship of Father to be one that is very wise, very loving, very protective. And so maybe you're not seeing your own Father, maybe you're just feeling the energy, the highest exalted archetype of Father. And just let it come down and warm you. And feeling this energy of the full moon, letting that feel like the archetype of Mother and letting that wrap around you. Reminder of that you are a beloved child of the sun and moon, and they're wrapping around you, holding you, lighting the path forward. And so just breathing that in. Letting that come into the third eye. Knowing that whatever you needed to clear and release is clearing, it's releasing, exhaling out. Letting your body relax. Whatever you needed to receive has come in, breathing that in. Exhaling out, letting that land. Sending gratitude to all the guides, guardians, the energy that is surrounding us, protecting us, holding this period in our life. Letting yourself feel the gratitude you have. Connect with that. Knowing that the work will continue beyond this time. We're always connected by heart, and we're breathing back into existence, the door between worlds. The records are closed, and so it is. Okay. Hope everyone's feeling relaxed in your body. And depending on when you joined us here, this was just like a time to connect with the full moon and really with this liberating period we're coming into, where we're really releasing the idea of an outer authority. We're really releasing the idea that any one person is more important than the collective of relationships. And we're really releasing the idea that we haven't done it right, and that we now need to spend the next period of our life atoning for how we could have done it in the right way. We're going to liberate ourselves and really come into the freedom of this next period of time and really trust, how could this be perfect? Really trust that this is the right way. We are in the right body. This is the right timeline. This is the right location. And we can let this get good, and we can let ourselves receive the things that maybe we're waiting to be good enough to receive. It could be right now. So yeah, that's just some of the themes I've seen today. And, around discipline, it's like we can use discipline in that way. We can practice the discipline of not spiraling and circling and fretting. Like we can use our discipline to say, like, actually, I'm going to stay in my body, stay in my heart, stay in my compassion and kindness for myself and with others, and take this step by step. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Great to see. I was like kind of seeing who's here, a great group. I don't know who's here now, but some of my favorite gals are here, so I'm sending a lot of love. And we'll talk again soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for being here, or evening. Happy full moon.